I'm gonna go over this monstrosity. Uh, so let's start with the frame. The frame I got is a Honda TRX 350, 80, 84, 86, 87. I chopped it in half about here, and then I added this section. And let's see, what did I do down here? I think I did the same thing down here. I am going to reinforce it more. I want to make sure everything is working like I want it to before I do that. This is a Nissan Leaf, a 2015. The motor is on the other side. This is your differential, which I welded, and I'll tell you why in a second. This is the inverter, which takes these 4 batteries, each with a max charge of about 100 volts each. So you probably somewhere between 350 and 400. And it takes that DC voltage and converts it to 3-phase AC, I believe, for the motor. So I've got these batteries. The packs, I can't find any information on them, to be honest. So if anybody has information on them, that would be sweet. It's 24 cells each. They seem like they're kind of from maybe some hybrid vehicle or something right before the Mach-E battery packs, is because they resemble a Mach-E. They are Ford packs. I don't know. I was having issues with the leads from these connectors. One, I don't have the connectors for these, and two, I was having trouble with them. So I spot welded these nickel tabs on all of them, all the sides, and then I attached these wires, which will be going to a BMS later. I've been messing around with a few different designs for the BMS. I've already smoked one stock BMS. I smoked it twice. I smoked it once and then I repaired it and then I smoked it again. So I think that one might be done. I can't find good wiring diagrams. I don't know. Or maybe I'm dumb. So 4 batteries, they're all pretty much the same. They've got these like weird, they're pretty hefty. They've already got a metal frame per se. Right, so like the sides are pretty hard. The bottoms, I don't know. They could be aluminum, but they feel closer to stainless steel. I don't know. Anyway, what I've done with these, this is just steel angle iron that I've turned into these wonderfully looking and exceedingly craftsman artisan level welds. Once I get the BMS, any cooling I need for them or heating, and a solid charging situation, I'll finish the boxes. I should do something where I can remove the tops, but I might not, depending on how stable they are. And then I'm gonna insulate them with this spray foam. You know, I don't need to be going fast enough to where this is gonna be a problem. This is just plexi on the side, but it's pretty solid, and they've already got, you know, the steel housing anyway. So, gosh, if something gets through there, then I don't think my plexiglass will be the problem anyway. If you're wondering why this has a hinge on it, it's because when I do all this stuff by myself and I have a hard time holding things. I do have like this weird, funky crane assistant thing up in the top shop, but this was so I could kind of keep it level-ish while I did this other battery, and then was able to get this one in place and then weld it. So it was kind of like an assistant to my welding that I just left for sentimental purposes, of course. This nonsense in here This is like a little ATV battery. I don't know if it's completely sealed. I don't know if it's bad to keep it, kind of on its side. So, right. This is I mean, you can see what it is. It's a solar charge controller because I've got a little solar panel. The reason I have that, I don't know how much juice all this stuff is using from this 12-volt battery, and I want to put a power steering. I am pretty sure I'm pretty sure I have enough room to fit that Nissan Leaf power steering module in there. We'll see if I even need to or want to. Battery. So I've got a cutoff switch for the battery itself. I've got a little fuse box situation. There's not really a place to fit it, so it's just a dongling. This is the high voltage contactor, which I will not touch. I've got these little, ground and hot bus bars, and then sorry, not hot, it's, the positive, whatever. Not an electrician. Don't do things I do. This shit will kill you. Please don't get hurt. Don't be stupid. Vehicle control unit that tells the inverter that everything is okay and to run. There's some other smaller contactors, a pre-charge resistor. That's that big gold thing. So basically what that does is it will slowly take the voltage from the batteries so it doesn't, sudden rush of current is not good for circuits. So the resistor allows it to come up to its current voltage with ease and gentleness. And then it's like, oh, we're here and we're happy. And then it turns on. And you hear this loud click. Contactor. Then I've got a little key ignition. To be honest, I don't even remember what I wired it to. It's been a while since I've been out here. I'll tell you why in a little bit. All right, so this is the forward, neutral, forward, neutral, and then reverse. This is, you're gonna love the throttle. The throttle, yes, it's this, sure. But what that goes to is down here. And it's actually the foot pedal. And I rigged up I call it semi-permanent, but it's working so well, some of you may already know how that goes. So I got my thumb up here. This pedal had 2 springs. I took one out. I mean, both springs. Foot pedal with just your thumb is super fun. These are the not amazing solar wires. What else? Some other stuff comes from the control unit. So the control unit comes out here. I haven't sealed it yet. The orange, white, and gray is the throttle. The yellow and orange forward, reverse. The black one's the key switch. This black one is, I don't remember. What is it? Oh, it's a ground for the inverter. And then the blue and green are the CAN connections. The inverter connects here. So I've got, it looks like, these are not correctly color coded, by the way. You can, this, I'm pretty sure this is a resistor in here so that the CAN knows that that's the end of the signal. And then I believe Yeah, this is the ground, and then these are the 12-volt connections. And then all this massive wiring harness, part of it goes over to this is the motor. So I believe, I can't remember, the motor resolver, maybe, don't quote me, but I am pretty fairly certain that this is the sensor that senses what position and speed the motor is moving and is at. And then this is all extra wiring. Some of it can go to the charge controller and whatnot that I have not figured out yet. This is the other side of the batteries. This is where all the main terminals are. Yes, they're exposed. Yes, you can still, and yeah, it's all metal with lots of voltages and lots of non-resistant amps. The brakes are good. I think I'm gonna put better brakes. I definitely need better shocks because I think it's already, yeah, it's already bottomed out on the back. The front is, I don't know if you can see that. A little give, not a lot. So what I did with the differential, welded it. Someone suggested it. I believe it was on a DIY Electric Cars, the forum, and I believe it was, I want to say it was Remy Martin. It's his username. The dude is very knowledgeable, a little snarky, but that's okay. He suggested that I weld the differential. If you know anything about differentials, you would probably know why. If you don't, it will give power to the least resistive wheel. Keep in mind that this is usually turned this way, and this would feed both front wheels. So if one wheel, I believe if one wheel was flipping, it would give that wheel more power. So if it wouldn't really be four-wheel drive if I connect them both, because one with the least resistance would spin, and then it just wouldn't make a lot of sense. All right, so I welded the diff, so both of these sides will get equal power, and hopefully something bad doesn't happen with that. And then this monstrosity, what did I do? I cut the stock Nissan Leaf axle in half, and then this is part of the wheel, and that goes into the stock ATV axle, which is or not axle, the drive shaft, which is like this thin, and this kind of shakes around right now. I'm definitely going to mount this once I get it, where I want it. And right now the wheels are garbage. Hot, spicy garbage. This is the only one that holds air. The other ones are all flat. I thought about filling them with spray foam, but it's awful to try and drive around in. But that leads me to my problem. I went to turn it on the other day, and it seems like the inverter is not turning on. So it's not getting any info from the inverter, I believe is what I kind of figured out. So, usually it'll click by now, showing the contactors. I don't know, maybe I'll get the laptop and I'll try and diagnose it. That happened the other day when it was, I don't know, 30, 50 feet out of the garage, and I didn't realize how heavy this thing was until I had to figure out a way to get it from there to here by myself. It required everything I had. So I didn't touch it. I think it's been a month now since that happened, and I'm just now out here able to look at it. That says probably more about me than it does about anything else, but the more you know. I am open to suggestions and criticism. I am more than happy to tell you to blow off, but if you're rude, right? I'll probably just glaze over it. I don't care. Yeah, I'd love to hear your suggestions. Tell me I'm stupid. That's cool, but give me a solution to whatever problem you're making fun of me for if that's the case. Be helpful too. Yeah. If you like it and you want to see more, support me so that I can spend more time working on shit like this. It should be pretty entertaining. It's almost summer, guys. So